Before we start the video, I just want to announce about my new initiative for the Seahorse Trust. I'm designing Seahorse merch, mainly t-shirts and hoodies. First one was No Bright Lights Please, which has sold quite successfully to date. And now I've decided to contact designers around the world and see if they'll do limited edition designs for the Seahorse Trust. The first is by Justin Carmack, aka Critter Hunter of YouTube fame. Check out his channel, and he's designed this shirt for us now. It's limited to 100 items, so there's only t-shirts or hoodies. So once we've sold 100, that design is no longer available, and that explains why it's slightly higher priced than the other items. So please help me support the Seahorse Trust and buy some merch. Now let's get into it. Goodbye, Dubai Creek and Golf Club, Marina. There's no see you next time. It's a one-way ticket. There's Adira Island, and there's another marina as well. This is really cool. Every time we enter the marina, we go right past the QE2. How good is that? This is kind of special day, sad day. This will be the last intro or outro from my outside studio here at the Creek Marina at Dubai Creek Golf and Yacht Club, because we're moving the boat. It's not a decision I've made lightly, but there are several really good reasons why we're moving. We've been here for several years. We've been quite happy here. I must admit, when I did come to this marina, I didn't have much of a choice. I was lucky to get a berth, and I'm thankful for that. But Dubai has changed on the marine scene in many ways. We've got many more marinas now available to us, and I just decided it was the right time for us to move. And what were the drivers behind that decision? Well, first and foremost, cost. In the creek, you could consider it an inland marina, because you have to travel down the creek or the Dubai Canal to get to the sea. So there's a cost to that, which I'll talk about. But the first cost saving was on berthing, where I save around 14,000 dirhams a year. I'm moving to Mina Rashid Marina. They have a 3-year deal where you get a 25% discount. That same deal is not available in this marina. The economics of it just makes sense. You know, times are tougher now. We use the boat a lot, and everyone wants value for money. We've got a lot of other benefits from moving, so it's not just that, but that was a key factor in my decision making. I mentioned that we're in the creek. I calculated, because only one day a week can we go through the floating bridge out to the creek, out to the sea, and that's about a 20 to 25 minute transit. But we use the boat twice a week, when we're actively diving, for about 10 months a year. And so we'll go out on a Saturday. That means we have to get up early and get out before 5:45, otherwise the floating bridge closes. And then generally we like to go on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, which means we've got a 1.5 hour transit times 2, so 3 hours through the Dubai Canal. And that adds up to a lot of fuel. In fact, when I did the numbers, I was shocked. There is another consideration, because when we dive on the Northern Emirates side, Ajman, Sharjah, Quain, which we do at least 50% of the time, we've then got at least another hour transit back to the canal entrance. On a midweek dive, we've got, so there's 2 hours there, we've got at least 5 hours of unnecessary fuel burn when we dive the Northern Emirates side. So I've done some quite rough and ready calculations. If anyone wants them in detail, just drop me an email and I'll give you how I calculated it. But essentially, based on fuel consumption of 20 litres an hour when we're going dead slow in the creek, based on 30 litres an hour when we're out at sea, I calculated if we went 12 months a year, we'd be saving around 15,600 dirhams in fuel. That's a lot of money. Say if we don't do a full year, we do 10 months a year, we're still saving around 13,000 dirhams. So that was that's a big chunk of change, as I say. And I hadn't really appreciated it until let me make this video as to the reasons why I'm leaving this marina. Well, we've been quite happy for several years. So let's talk about some of the other benefits. Time. When we go diving on a Saturday, I have to wake up at 4 o'clock. I walk the dog to the boat so we can depart at 5:15 to get through the floating bridge. And I hate that. Yeah, I don't want to get up at 4 o'clock. I don't mind getting up at 5 o'clock, but there's just something about 4 o'clock. So now we're in Mina Rashid Marina. We've got direct access to the sea. We save that and we save the transit time. So it means we could leave at 6:30 instead of 5 o'clock. So that's absolutely brilliant. Plus, in the summer it gets really hot. That long transit back does take it out when you're at between, say, 40, 45 degrees C. In the summer, as those of you know who've been following the diving, we generally do one dive. So what's great now this summer, we can actually get out early. We may even leave at 5:30 like that. Get out, get to the site, do one dive, get back in, and save at least 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours on the day. So that's a big plus. So what are some of the other benefits? Well, what I really like at the new marina is they have a buggy service. You can actually call up a buggy if you've got to park far away or you've got lots of things to carry. They'll send a buggy. They'll also move things like diving and cylinders and everything. We haven't got to do anything. It's like a valet service. When you're 62 years old in the midsummer, it's just nice to have the dock crew come along, load your boat. Here we have to do it all ourselves. That for us, because we have a lot of kit, you know, when we go out, 4 of us, you know, we've got 8 15-litre cylinders, and then we've got stage bottles plus all the kit. So having a bit of help moving that, particularly in the summer, is a godsend. If the marina, it does get really full and you have to park far away, but in general, as you'll see in this shot, yeah, we've got parking very close to the dock. We get out early, so it's unlikely this parking is going to be full because we're generally the first people out from most marinas when we go diving. I'm also happy that in the new marina, the water quality is much cleaner. I've not been happy with the water quality here. There's a lot of reasons why it's not as clean as it should be, and I don't want to get into that, right? This is just telling you the reasons why I left this marina. We like to keep the boat clean once a week. With diving gear, go underneath, give it a clean the underwater lights, and by doing that once a week, we keep the boat fairly clean. We do it sometimes when we go diving, but the water quality here I feel is not good enough to do that. In the new marina, the water's nice and clean, so we can just jump in the water. And if the weather's bad and we can't go diving, we can just clean the boat. The other thing is access to washrooms and showers. At the new marina, every sort of dock or finger pontoon has got washrooms and showers which are open 24 hours and kept immaculate. That means you don't have to use the toilet facilities on the boat, but if you do, again, another big benefit is Mina Rashid Marina have a pump out service. You can, when your black water tank is full, it can be easily emptied. Unlike here, ever since I've been here, the black water pump out system has not worked. I don't want to be putting sewage into a marina. In fact, it's actually illegal in the UAE to do that. A lot of people do it, but I'm not going to do it. The other thing I've been impressed with at the new marina is the security. You can see access to the dock is really secure. You know, we have these access cards. In we go. Fantastic. You get 3 little plastic fobs. I have had people just wander around the dock here, and yeah, it's okay, but you don't know who they are. There's a lot of stuff left on the boat. Dubai in general is extremely safe, and generally nothing gets stolen. But having said that, you know, when tourists are around, you don't know. A good thing on the security there is very active. There were a couple of instances here with unruly crews, which they did attend to relatively quickly, but it should never have happened in the first place. Yeah, I'm really pleased with the level of security at the new marina. The other thing is ice. In this marina, there's never enough ice in the summer. They try their best, but they've just got a little machine. At Mina Rashid, there's an ice policy, and I love it. You can have 6 kilos per day free, every day. And look at their ice facility. They've set up a facility that's, you know, produces ice in bulk. If you fish or dive, or even a leisure boater, when you go out, you need ice for your cool boxes. You don't want to be messing around. And if you need more than 6 kilos a day, you can buy the ice. I've got no issue with buying the ice if I want more. It's really, really good. Really happy with that. Let's talk about customer service. Well, I haven't experienced the new marina fully yet, but I've been going down there 2-3 times a week while we've been talking about moving the boat, getting the contract. And so far, even though the customer service here, I have to say, is pretty good, it can be slow when there's issues, and you may not get responses to emails in a timely manner. Example, today, you know, I don't know if they've applied for the sailing permit or not. I've not received anything back from the Coast Guard. I keep asking for them to copy me on the sailing permit requests. Doesn't happen. At the new marina, it's all done electronically and they're on it. They have good relation with the Coast Guard and everyone's happy with the sailing permit system. So that's a plus. So really that's, you can see why I'm leaving. And it's personal to me. The Creek Marina is a lifestyle marina. I mean, it's got lots of facilities around. I'll tell you what I'm going to miss, but it's an in-town marina in a very good property with lots of sports facilities. You get, if you're a member here, you get free gym membership. You get a 25% discount on all the restaurants and outlets. That's a big plus. I've not really had the time to use the gym because I don't want to go on my own, and I'm rejoining my old gym so I can go with my friend Norbert. We used to work out together, so that it's become a plus for me. I'm going to have to spend around, I think, 3,000 or 4,000 dirhams, so extra. I'm looking forward to going back to the gym with him. So yeah, this is a lifestyle marina. If you're going to live on your boat, it's probably a better choice than Mina, Rashid. But for me, active boater, want to get to sea quickly, as I've mentioned the reasons why. What else am I going to miss here? I'm going to miss the greenery, and you can probably hear the birds. I'm going to miss that in the morning. The greenery here, I walk the dog twice a day. When you walk him around this marina, it's lovely. It's serene. I mean, if you do go late, get your timings wrong, you do get annoyed with people driving golf buggies. Not golfers, but the staff, they're all over the place. I mean, it's like a Formula 1 track sometimes. But if you plan it right, so if you're out 5:30, 6 o'clock to walk the dog, it's great. And if you get your timings right in the evening, it's also great. I'll miss the distance from home. I can walk from home to here in less than half an hour, 20-25 minutes. I've got to drive to Rashid Marina. It's not a long drive, it's only 10 to 12 minutes, but it will mean I can't walk to the marina anymore, and I'm going to miss that. They've got a good workshop here and a good boat lift. Of course, I can still come back and use it, but I do get members rates, and it is very convenient. That's not available at Mina, Rashid. So yeah, I'm going to miss that. But then again, because the water's cleaner there and because we can get under the boat, I'm not going to have to lift the boat. At the moment, I'm lifting it twice a year to get rid of some of the fouling. There's another cost saving, but the convenience factor is there. I'm going to miss the dragon boaters. Guys, I'm going to miss you. All the success.
Wait for the last time to Brian. Say goodbye.
See you again, Brian.
See you, Brian.
And I like to give them encouragement. Bellis, Bellis.
All right, Greens.
I mean, these guys train all the time. They're really dedicated, and they add really a bit of life to the marina. They're fantastic. The last thing I'm going to miss is the people here. If you're in a marina and a club environment for several years, you develop relationships with some of the staff. I'd like to give a big shout out to Julian, who's the golf club manager. He's always been really, really helpful, and we've developed a friendship. I'd like to give a big shout out to Bernadette in the marina office. Always helpful. We'll always try and solve your problem. Also, shout out to Roed. He's left now. He's been promoted and gone to another golf property. But when he was there, he was always smiling, cheerful. Nothing was too much of a problem for him. So a shout out to him. Well, time to leave. Peter, get ready. Let's start the engines. And as they say, let's get the hell out of Dodge. There we go. Two 270 horsepower diesels, made in 1976. You gotta love that throb. So, right, I'm just gonna go now and help Peter move the boat. Another thing that is really difficult here in this marina, it's a very tight marina, and as you can see, we have hardly any room to maneuver. This boat's 44 foot long. If you see over there, it's too long for the dock, but this is where they put us in an undersized dock. What does that mean? The boat in front of me is also in an undersized dock, so when we maneuver to get out of here, it is really tight, and if you've got a wind or a strong tide, it is quite stressful. We'll just take the boat out now. We have to go forward, and we have to get really close to the boat in front. We have to clear the dock before we can turn the boat, and can be difficult. And if you have an engine failure, you've got no brakes, you end up hitting the boat in front. So I won't miss this at all. So you can see, very, very tight. You can also see it's quite a difficult entry and exit because you've got boats here if you've got any sort of wind or tide, you really have to be careful. So yeah, I'm not going to miss this. You know, but it does keep you on the ball. So the front of the boat's a bit untidy for us. That's because we're moving all our mooring stuff to the new marina. So you can see, I mean, it looks quite wide, but those of you who drive a big boat will know a bit of windage or a bit of tide and you can be on another boat. In fact, the other day the crews here were moving a boat which engines weren't working, so they were moving it with the Marina boat, and they bumped into this boat. They bumped into the boat in front and they bumped into the boat. There's just a quick shot. So yeah, it's not so easy. This is one of my favourite boats in the Marina, Dubai Friendship. Superbly well kept boat. Goodbye Dubai Creek and Golf Club Marina. There's no see you next time. It's a one-way ticket. Oh, the creek looks absolutely beautiful today. Here we go through the floating bridge. I won't miss this bridge. It's a great feat of engineering, but it's cost me a lot of money and a lot of time. But you know, it is nice going through it. So yeah, memories. Again, not used to seeing this bridge in the daylight. Usually nice and dark when we see it. Just on the right is the new development, Jewel of the Creek. They've also got a small marina, which will be a nice place to berth because it means you have relatively easy access to the sea and you're not dependent on the floating bridge being open. Mina Rashid Marina, our home for the next 3 years. Here's the entrance to our berth. We'll have to slow down to 4 knots. And you can see there a CCTV camera. So what the dock crews will do now is they will be waiting at the jetty for us. They'll see the boat's registration number in the control room, and then operations will assign someone to help us moor the boat. So we're coming up to our berth now, but as you can see, just look at the boats around. I mean, this is really an active marina. There's some beautiful craft in here. I'm already envious. So here we are at our new home. Thanks for watching and see you next time.